brand new video. Today we're going to be doing something very different. We're going to be talking about Assassin's Creed, the movie that just came out. I think it released in America the 1st of January, released where I am the 5th of January. So I just watched it last night with my cousin and my little brother and my cousin's son. And so yeah, we're just going to do a little review here about the movie. First of all, the movie was crazy. Like, the movie was so crazy. If you all know something about the game, then you should expect that this movie is going to have amazing fight scenes, some great special effects. It had all of that. It had all of that. But first of all, we're gonna rate it. We're gonna review it in 4 different sections. So first of all, I'm gonna talk about the storyline. I mean, to some people, it was very confusing. Like my cousin, who knows nothing about Assassin's Creed, the games, anything. So to him, he wasn't that confused because he's a fan of sci-fi movies and superhero movies, and yeah, so he's familiar with these kind of movies. For me, I didn't find it confusing. I mean, it does take a while to just grasp what's going on because there is a lot of things going on. They do go back and forth between his childhood and his current lifestyle, and in the beginning it didn't really explain a lot of what was happening. It was more like you sitting there trying to figure it out yourself. As the movie progresses, then they start to answer your questions. I mean, the storyline was well put together. It did end up making sense at the end anyway, like typical superhero movies. I don't want to say too much of the story because obviously I don't want to, I don't really want to ruin the movie for the people that haven't seen it. So I'm only talking from my opinion here, obviously. For other people, it could be different. Next, we're going to talk about the cinematography. I think in some scenes the colors could be a little bit more saturated. There wasn't really that many crazy camera angles, I guess you can say. The only crazy cinematography I found was when they had like the eagle flying around and the way the camera was following it, and I thought that was pretty sick. And they had pretty good bird's eye view angles. Like the bird's eye view angles were crazy. And if you've played Assassin's Creed, you know that plays a big part in the game. Shooting a lot of things from the top and having like an overview of the scene, which is something they did a lot. They executed very well in this movie. But there was obviously between the way they separated his past from his present was using the cinematography and the color palette that was used in the scene. Like, for example, when they were talking about his past, there was a lot of saturated colors, a lot of oranges, a lot of reds, a lot of yellows. Maybe it could have been because he was in Spain. Maybe that's why. When they were talking about his present, then there was a lot of dull colors, a lot of blacks, a lot of grays, dark blues, you know. So I mean, that could be a way that they used to separate his past from his present. I mean, that's how it made it easier for me to understand the movie a little bit. Yeah, so that's the cinematography. I mean, but next is the special effects, and I guess the special effects had a lot to do with the cinematography, which made it a little bit more better. Because like I said, there wasn't a lot of crazy camera angles. It was more about what was in the frame that actually made the cinematography look amazing. Like, for example, the special effects when he went into it's called the Animus. Most of the film was basically special effects because it showed more about how the Animus affected him and what he was seeing, the visual effects, so which made the cinematography better. So the cinematography and the special effects and the visual effects, all those kind of things have to synchronize together to make this movie work in any sort of way. Like, anything they did, the special effects and visual effects exaggerated it, which made the cinematography blow up. Like, there's a part when he's fighting with his hallucinations. So when he's fighting with his hallucinations, like, that bit is just sick. It's like shadow boxing.
Sucker, look at you. You out, sucker.
It's like that, but the visual effects was like, it showed like him fighting against the assassin version of himself, and that part was just crazy. Like, shit, I mean, he was just like it was crazy. Like the special effects, visual effects, crazy. I loved it, and the fighting scenes, bro, So that comes to my last part, which is how close was this movie to the game, which most of you are probably interested in. And I think they got it pretty accurate. I say it was 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. They got the film was pretty accurate. It was pretty accurate to the game. Pretty accurate to the game. And most of these films that like make movies from games, they usually are pretty accurate, obviously, because they have something to work from rather than creating it just from mind. You know, for somebody like my cousin who's never heard of the game, because he's much older than I am. He's not really a gamer. And he was watching it for the first time, doesn't know nothing about Assassin's Creed. So for him, it's just another superhero movie, and he's just like, he loved when he saw the parkour in the movie. He was just like, no, this can't be real. Like, this can't be real. Obviously, he's from his mind, he's put it in a realistic state of mind instead of like comparing it to the game. From my eye, that's what I was doing. I was comparing everything I saw. I was comparing it to the game. That's why when he was doing like parkour, climbing up the buildings, jumping from building, I wasn't trying to make it realistic. I was more like, yeah, like this shit does happen in the game, and they got it on point, and it's like amazing. And you just think, you yourself think like you're just holding a joystick and trying to control them. That's pretty much how the film felt. I think that is what they were going after, trying to make it seem a lot like a game and just doing some crazy shit like a realistic game, kind of like a VR, pretty much. And I think they executed that excellent. The character choice was phenomenal. Michael Fassbender, who played Aguilar, Cal, was perfect. You have Marion, I don't know how to pronounce her name, Cotillard, whatever her surname is, Marion Cotillard, who was Dr. Sophia. She was amazing. She was good. She seemed a bit weird though, to be honest. I found her character a little bit weird. Like, she was, yeah, very dull. Didn't smile much. Jeremy Irons, he's a GOAT. He does a lot of great movies. I don't know why, I like his voice. You know, he has a really deep voice. And when he talks, you listen. Yeah, I like that kind of character. And you have Michael K. Williams, who, if y'all don't know, he was the one that was part of The Wire. He's been a part of a lot of, that's pretty much where he blew up. After that, he's been a part of a lot of things. He was part of 12 Years a Slave. He was one of the slaves on the boat. Yeah, so there was a lot of great characters, great actors in the movie, and they each played a great role and executed it amazingly. So, without any further ado, I'm gonna give you my TBC. Yeah, if y'all don't know what TBC is, then you haven't been following my channel at all. But yeah, my TBC rating for this movie, I give it a 3.5 star. Yeah, I give it a 3.5 star. That's what I'm sticking with, 3.5 star. That doesn't mean it was a bad movie. It wasn't a bad movie. It was a great movie. But I think they could have had, what they could have done better was maybe tell us a bit more about story. I think they skipped too much from when he was a kid to when he became older, which was like they just skipped 30 years. Maybe show us a little bit of like his lifestyle from when he was a teenager, and you know, a little bit more story. Let us get a little bit more connection with Cal. I think that would have helped a little bit more, because skipping 30 years is a big part. Like 30 years is a lot. It's just like an extra 30 minutes of the movie. Like, I could live with the extra 30 minutes if it was to make it clearer for me. But I think if they did that, maybe the rating might have been a little bit higher. But yeah, y'all let me know what you think about this movie, man. I definitely recommend you check it out. Right now, it's a 6.5 rating out of 10 in IMDb. It's definitely better than average, so y'all go check it out. It's probably because superhero movies don't really get that high rating, unless you're Batman Dark Knight. Yeah. But anyway, y'all let me know in the comment section. Talk your shit. Let me know what you think about the movie. Let me know if I should do more of these reviews. I do watch a lot of movies, like I'm a movie maniac. So yeah, y'all talk to me, man. Talk to me. We people say talk to me. If y'all like this video, hit the like button. Y'all dislike this video, hit the like button. Without any further ado, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out.